Hello and welcome back to Lords of Shadow, Part 15, where I've convinced Met to stay.
Only because you bribed me with Skittles.
Or the handcuffs on the chair makes a difference.
I even picked out all the flavors you didn't like.
Oh, good, so there's no green apple.
I like green apple.
I want my lime back!
Well, you can't have it, because it's green apple now.
And it makes every other Skittle in the bag taste like green apple.
Dinner's ready!
Ding dong!
Almond flavored?
Nah, this is just apparently in the how they have
God,
set up.
Resident Evil
Is
Hunters.
the vampires eat, drink all the blood of their victims, and then all the unnecessary body parts gets fed to the ghouls.
Well, yeah, that's just economics.
Yeah, they say
Which is cut up by the butcher over there.
Butcher?
Yeah, the butcher.
The guy that rang the bell.
Yeah, I have played too much of every fucking Diablo known to man. Because every time someone says butcher, I think that's a guy from the Diablo 1.
Yeah, Butcher was also brought back for Diablo 3.
I know, but the Diablo 1 was the holy shit. Actually, he was actually freaking hard for face first time when you reached level 3 in Cathedral.
I never played the original Diablo. Well, that's not true. I believe I played the PlayStation 1 version of it, but it felt really awkward.
There was a PlayStation 1 version of the original Diablo?
Yeah.
And it probably lacked a heckenback and had ridiculous load times because PlayStation!
I bet it did.
There was also...
really bad.
Yeah, that was at a time when Blizzard was experimenting with bringing over PC games to consoles. There was an X64 version of StarCraft, for example.
I bet that played horribly.
It played okay-ish. Obviously, it's not going to be as easy to control as a keyboard and mouse. But for the most part, it was the same game without the cutscenes or the voice acting.
Okay.
Or the cool stuff.
Isn't this where it's like a little hidden Easter egg thingy?
This? Nah. This is mandatory. Because, you've noticed during a cutscene, the butcher has like this key around his neck. We want that. Let's go ask him nicely.
Question. If this is what the vampires left over after they drained all the blood, where is their blood?
They got full.
Why am I suddenly gonna feel bad for this guy? I mean, he's just doing his job.
Anyways, he's a boss. He's not a very hard one.
I'd say more mid-boss.
Yeah. A lot of his attacks are predictable. He gets knocked back really easily. The only annoying thing about this fight is,
You can't
well,
parry?
you'll find out in a little bit.
Is it the quick time event? It's probably the quick time event, isn't it?
Nope.
Or is it loads and loads of ads?
No, this is why.
He eats meat?
And he heals himself. Any boss
Oh,
who heal
padding out the
themselves
fight.
mid-battle is kind of annoying.
Padding, padding, padding.
I actually feel bad for this guy.
Paddington Bear.
Yeah, this guy's having a rough time.
I mean, he literally is just doing his job.
Yeah,
And then some asshole comes in and starts beating the hell out of him.
yeah, this...
Hey, I was gonna try to negotiate peacefully, but then no, he had to throw the butcher's knife at me.
Maybe that's not how he says hello.
I hate to see how he says
You are
goodbye.
trespassing in the castle. Where's your warrants, good sir?
He doesn't have one. He doesn't have a warrant, and he's trespassing, and he's fighting and beating up all the customers.
I didn't realize they were customers.
Well, yeah. Who do you think
They're sampling his goods.
Yeah. This guy also, obviously, if you notice when he's holding another weapon in his hand, he likes to throw it at you.
Yep.
Oh boy, yeah, this boss. Yeah.
This is why I don't play on the higher difficulties for this recording, because the fight isn't that much harder. It's just that enemies take that much longer to kill because of how much health they have.
Ah, so pointless difficulty settings.
Yeah,
I've missed that one on the bad game checklist.
Yeah, when game just difficulty is just we add more HP to the boss and monsters in general. Just, it's lazy.
That.
That's
That
actually
was-
kind of funny.
That was not a good idea. That pod just came off the fire.
Ow, it's hot! Why did I think this through?
No, my knife.
This
Stop hitting yourself!
was, even though it was padded out by it being a boss that can heal itself and all that, a bit of this was actually pretty amusing.
Yes, I admit that's the only part of the fight I actually really like about it.
I still feel bad for this guy.
Yeah, that poor guy. Oh, and it calls him evil, even though you were the one that broke in and started hitting him.
Yeah.
I'm,
Dude, I don't think
I'm
you even
sure
care.
God will forgive me. Hello, God. Anybody there?
I'm sorry,
Let me
this
up here.
game exists. There is no God.
No, it's the merciful one.
Yeah. This door is just an optional area to get another power up.
And yet you did not play the chess game.
Do you actually get any reward from that chess game? Like if you do it? Do you get like any
I
collectible
think you get experience points, but that's it. And then an
Probably a
achievement,
blood
because
touch
you
for how
know,
hard it is.
why achievements gotta have all the achievements.
Yeah, of course. You must gotta cut them all. It's like a Pokemon.
Well, I've already unlocked the achievement on a different profile, so I don't care.
Yeah, we didn't see you solve the puzzle. How do we know or care?
We care because that puzzle looked like it was actually going to be an interesting thing. Or are we talking about a different thing?
Here's
Yeah,
the
the excuse that
puzzle
he's
where
already done
you
it.
need to- Oh, well, that's right. There were 6 switches here that you have to infuse with magic. This one actually doesn't take me that long because it's kind of symmetrical. Where you need to have 2 blue and 2 red on either side.
But there are 6 switches.
Yeah.
You listed 4.
I'm just saying that you need to have, out of the 6 switches, each, no matter what, there's going to be 3 red and 3 blue.
So basically, you just brute force the first 3 and then you have the solution.
Yeah. And to be frankly, I want to just get through this part, so I'm just going to ignore these enemies. Anytime where I can,
ignore you.
anytime in a game I can just ignore enemies to continue on, not have to fight them, I'm going to try. Jerk.
Shows you just how pointful the combat is if you just straight up ignore it.
This is true.
Well, that, and to be perfectly honest, I do not like the skeleton enemies with the shields. They're one of the difficult enemies to deal with.
If you were to decide to just go and kill all the enemies, would they respawn here, or would they just
They would
all
go
die and you'd
for a while.
be able to for a little while, so they would respawn?
They would just, not spawn. You kill them off, then you can... I think that's what would normally happen. They put the enemies here, so it makes it harder to solve the puzzle. You kill the enemies off, and then you're free to solve the puzzle at your leisure.
Okay, so they don't infinitely respawn.
That'd be a really dick move if they did.
Well, that's why I was asking.
Well, here's my question. How do you get magic if you ran out?
Back in the room, where the ghouls were eating, there's a statue where you can stock your magic supply.
That's a pretty hefty backtrack just for magic. Just for this puzzle.
It's a little out of the way, not super. I mean, it would be more annoying if you didn't have the ability to sprint.
A door probably got opened somewhere, so you wouldn't have to go back the whole way.
One strategy I did think about, that I confirmed with the speedrunners that run this game, for this room they actually lure the enemies out of it, just so they can, because the enemies are really slow. They won't catch up to you very fast, so if you lure them out, you can solve the puzzle before they get back in here.
Okay. Yay, puzzle solving.
Very minimal puzzle solving.
That's not actually a puzzle, because there's no way to figure it out without just brute forcing it. Also, nice of it to keep draining your MP during the cutscene.
Of course.
It's not like it's, big drain or anything.
Yay, cutscenes!
Yay, Belmont's gonna die eventually. I mean,
Oh no.
Steve.
Are we just calling him Steve now, or Steve Belmont?
He's Steve Belmont.
Steve Belmont if I feel nice, Steve at all other times.
Ah!
Wow, you can actually follow off those.
And no, you can't jump across to over there for some reason.
Well,
You
you're
can't
too
jump
busy
over to the
balancing.
impaled guy.
That you gotta kind of shimmy across this way for some reason to get to it.
Rather than jumping onto the same spike he's impaled on.
It would have been fine.
Because he came into close contact with Vlad.
I do remember something about this level, though. That's right. This level has an annoying key that's you think you're going to an optional area, but in reality, it's not optional.
So it's basically like the rest of this game combined.
Yep.
Because of that, though, this place has kind of got a lot of camera angles where it's really kind of hard to tell exactly where to go due to them.
Did you really have to,
Yeah,
propel
he had
down?
to use that grapple point to get down.
Well, you also have to use that same grapple point to get back up.
Yeah, but did you have to use it to go down?
Yes.
Why? That looked entirely doable. I'm pretty sure he's actually made jumps that were bigger than that.
Because fuck you, we need more railroading. Toot toot.
Oh, come on! You could have grabbed onto that.
Oh, that was good.
Game, please.
If
There
you
you
missed,
go. How
if
hard
you-
was that?
If you had missed that one, I would have asked where the editing was, but okay, I'll forgive you.
I'm sorry, but I cannot forgive anything anymore.
Okay.
Good job, you awoke the Temple Guardians. Hey, yeah, you don't get to just run away. You have to give them the monkey amulet.
No! You can outrun them!
No, you give them the pendant of life.
Unless you're that one kid that hit the Guardian in the nuts and just ran off anyway.
Oh.
That kid was my hero. Back when
I actually never saw that episode. I need to find it now.
Oh, it's great because
It's
and
it's
yes, we're off topic.
fantastic.
No, I don't care. That the host goes, so Olmec, is that allowed? And Olmec just goes, well, I guess technically they escaped the Guardian.
That shit was so funny.
the choice was his and his alone.
No, it was a girl that did it. It was a girl that did
It
it because
was?
her mom put
It's
her mom
probably
put her self
remember
defense.
if some crazy man comes to you, you aim where? In the nets. That's right.
Olmec probably was thinking, glad I don't have any to be it. That did not look good.
Oh man, I like that show. Back when I was a kid, did anybody else have like nightmares of getting basically grabbed by one of those temple guardians?
No.
You know,
No.
everybody talks about Legends of the Hidden Temple and Nickelodeon Guts and Double Dare, but what about Nick Arcade, man? Come on.
Oh, you mean the game that cheated?
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally.
That's my problem with Nick Arcade is I can remember the game specifically being set to cheat, and it's just like that's not how that game works.
Literally, they had no hope of winning.
I didn't know that about those.
Yeah, they had it set to where you had to reach a specific point value in like 2 minutes, and it was fucking ridiculous. And they were all playing like TurboGrafx 16 games. And then, get this, as a prize, they would have to run around this little zone and collect as many video games as they possibly could, and they got to keep whatever games and accessories they got.
Or like the one time they had Sonic on and you had to get, and it was like 200 rings in the first zone of Sonic 1, and there's only like
That's insane.
225 in the
50.
zone. There was one time that it was a ridiculous number.
Did they play test these games, or that's the kind of thing that baffles me about that show.
It's a game show. If you win, they lose.
And that's what it was, is they were all competing for, like, the grand prize of video games and whatever trip.
Yeah. Nick Arcade was
Lead to
supposed
Nick
to-
Studios and Universal Studios Orlando.
Hey, I'll give Nickelodeon credit. They were at least really being creative with their game shows for kids, you know? Alright, another puzzle. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You drop a ball. The goal of this game is to switch all the red panels there to green.
So you play pachinko.
Exactly.
God damn it, Konami.
Okay.
This is a really easy puzzle. I think I do it perfectly.
Really?
Yep.
I can't think of a fast way to do it.
Hey,
You could already tell what they were already planning on doing with this game right here.
honestly, puzzles don't get very complicated in this game. There's only one that we're gonna come across where I can actually say is fairly difficult, that you have to put some good thinking into it and observe what happens.
The one
Hey,
you
can
already
skip it
edited
just
20
like the one you
minutes out?
skipped.
No,